Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet Dr. Chris Lucchese. He is a holistic wellness strategist, and he's going to teach us all about Youngevity. We'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, Dr. Chris Lucchese's in the studio. He's been in the health and wellness space for 30 plus years. He looks like a very young man, so I don't know how that happened. Maybe he's taking his own medicine, which is Youngevity, and we're going to learn all about that from Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. I'm blessed to be here.
Very cool. All right, well, let's talk about your career path, because I think you started in the traditional path that all doctors take.
Yes. So I went through the whole medical school and surgical residency training, and then was in the conventional medical model for probably a good 20-some years. It's just not, people aren't getting healed. You can remove a diseased organ, but they gotta thrive from there. So someone has to teach them how to not get another diseased organ from that. Yes. And so America today is not any healthier, and this is a lot sicker than it was a long time ago. So we need to change, and I want to inspire that change to help America be healthy again.
And how is it, Dr. Chris, that we know more about how the body works than we've ever known in the history of the world, and yet we keep getting sicker and sicker?
Well, I mean, that's good, and there's a lot more to learn too, but we aren't applying what we know. There's a lot more toxicities in the world, and we have to do a lot to either avoid the toxicities, remove the toxicities, and then replace them with healthier habits.
Yes, and I love what I don't know if you came up with this phrase, but Youngevity.
Yeah, it's living younger, longer.
And all right, tell us about that part of your practice.
Well, I mean, there's one thing to live longer, but nobody wants to, and we are living longer, but we're living sicker longer.
Yes.
We're living longer with more health issues. Nobody likes that. We want to thrive, not just survive. So I help people live longer, but with healthier lives, more mobile lives, better sleep, better energy, better performance in their workplace, in their families, in their community, so that they can be better for themselves and for their families and for their communities and for the world.
That's beautiful. He makes a lot of content. I found one video that I really like. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Hello, I'm Dr. Chris, founder of the Wellness and Healing Place for Exceptional People. With over 25 years in surgery and integrative medicine, I discovered most healthcare focuses on managing symptoms, not addressing the true root cause. So I built something different. I guide motivated, health-conscious individuals through a personalized journey toward optimal health, lasting wellness, and peak performance. Inside our private community, we focus on the whole person, using advanced diagnostics and precision strategies to create real, measurable transformation. No quick fixes, root cause healing, long-term vitality. If you're ready to step into true health and longevity, click below to schedule your free wellness strategy call. Begin your transformation today.
All right, Dr. Chris, I know you've helped countless people over your career. Do you have a recent success story that you'd like to share?
Yeah, this is really interesting. I met this gentleman at the pool in my community, and he just kind of was seeing what I was doing in the gym and whatnot, and he asked me about it, and so I told him about what I do and brought him under my wing and helped him on his healing journey, and just through addressing the root cause of what was going on in his life, I mean, his weight, he lost, I think, 90 pounds. His inflammatory markers went from really high to optimal. His testosterone levels got into optimal range where they were in the toilet without testosterone replacement. Blood pressure improved. His resting heart rate improved. Man, just over 6 months.
Wow.
Going through the program, and he's more productive at work. His brain fog is gone. He's sleeping better. His back pain is gone. He's moving better, and he's just all around a whole new person. People ask him, what's going on?
Sure.
And
All right, Dr. Chris, let's drill a little deeper because you mentioned testosterone. So for, I guess, males and females, at a certain point, you just start to lose your energy. I mean, when should a male get their testosterone checked?
Yeah, so in a bigger picture, we're born with everything that we need to heal. God made us in His image, right? And we have all the growth factors and the stem cells and all the proteins and the things that we need for the body to heal itself. I mean, you get a cut, you put a Band-Aid on it, a few days, it's healed. As we get older, as we live in this toxic world, we have to fight harder for that, and we lose all that good stuff in our bodies just from age and toxicities and whatnot. Just think of it as a tug of war. Sure. We're born with all these good guys on the one side and very little of the negative stuff on the other side, and we're winning. As we get older, there's less of those good guys and more of the bad guys pulling the other way. So. And hormones, testosterone, things like that, stem cells, so proteins are less as we get older. So we have to introduce more of that into our bodies.
So a healthy male, do they start getting their testosterone checked in their 30s, 40s, 50s?
Well, I mean, typically, depending on how they feel, but typically by the age of 40, their testosterone has decreased to the point where they're feeling fatigued at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. They brain fog. They're not sleeping well. Their joints start hurting. They get this belly gut that sticks out. And so they start asking questions. And so they go to their doctors and they have to request to get their hormones checked because that's not typically part of the regular protocol. And they'll find that, it's 200 or 300. But you got to be careful. Some normal labs are based on the world, the country's average. And the country's average, if it's not optimal, it's going to show you normal. And it's not normal. So optimal should be 700 to 900 range.
Let's talk about peptides because it seems like that's the big craze. Yes. And not all peptides are created equally. Some are injectable, some are pill form. Tell us about peptides.
Yeah, so peptides are branched chain amino acids, which we're also born with, and natural things that we're supposed to have. As we get older, we get less. We have less of it, and different peptides can act as a communication agent to certain cells to produce certain things, like healing and recovery, like better moods, to better help us to sleep better, help us to balance our hormones better. So different peptides will react with different cells and receptors in our bodies to create that communication signal to make our bodies work better.
Yeah. You also mentioned proteins, and that's another craze right now. They're adding protein to Cheerios and Frosted Flakes. And tell us about proteins.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful. I mean, you gotta stay away from everything processed. If it's from the ground, from the earth, that's good. The God made it, eat it in its whole form, that's the best thing. So all these proteins that are added in different things, they're processed and they're modified and things like that. So you got to be careful with that. You want to stick to raw whole foods. All
right, we're going to pull up your website. Tell us about the clients that you like to work with. Are they male, female?
So male or female, they have to be exceptional. I mean, by exceptional is someone who puts their health as a top priority, who realizes that their health is the first wealth.
Yes.
And are willing to put the time, effort, and resources to heal their bodies, to detoxify, to rebuild, rebalance, revitalize, go through the program, which is, give me 6 months and I'll have your body healed and on a path to maintenance, to optimal health.
Beautiful. Okay, we have about 2 minutes left, so why don't you look into the camera on the left and talk to that person who's just tired. It's 4 p.m, they want to take a nap.
Yeah. So, if you're at work or trying to work and you're dragging at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're dragging, or you just feel like you go to bed tired and you wake up tired and you try to get out of bed and your joints hurt and it takes you a little bit of time to spring out or feel like yourself getting out of bed, or, if you just can't think straight or the words aren't coming out, you're thinking, but you can't think clearly, or if you think that you feel like something is off, come seek me out. Let me help you. We'll take this journey together. I'll take the time to listen to you, to gather all the information, do the right tests to validate, and break down the toxicities, rebuild your body up, revitalize you, so that you can be fully present and at peak performance for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for the world.
Outstanding. We're going to pull up your website and give us the domain name, Chris.
Yes, it's wahpep.com.
Outstanding. Dr. Chris, thanks for coming on the show and sharing your wisdom.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
Blessed to be here.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.